Good evening. This is our presentation about joint ventures and strategic alliances. This is currently our table of contents. First off is the meaning of joint ventures. When we speak of joint ventures, it is a cooperation between two or more organizations to share the resources for the purpose of achieving their shared goals. These tasks could be projects to introduce a new product, improve business activities, and more. Joint ventures are mostly set up for companies in different expertise to appeal to a different type of target group. At the same time, the joint venture also proposes an agreement who will be responsible for certain aspects, such as profits, loss, and debt. The joint ventures are utilized equally between the parties to make sure that there is a fair amount of responsibility to avoid more cost for the companies and to perform more effectively. The relation to global economy is that the reason joint ventures have specific relationships is because it is allowed by the organizations from different countries to form a collaboration. The companies can learn from each other through cooperation, share resources that are essential for success, enter foreign markets by gaining more information about the population, and improve technology. It is the best way for organizations to appeal to the newly researched target group and gain more knowledge of the market it wants to enter.
Well, when you focus on the advantages of joint ventures and when companies do it, well, you have three main advantages. This is all dividing the risk and the cost of having an enterprise. So companies focus on joining to divide all this risk and also the cost of it. Secondly, they gather information about the host country. They're entering the market they're entering from joining another company. And third, well, some places, some markets and countries would be more acceptable when they are working on a joint venture with another enterprises. When you focus on the disadvantages, well, joint ventures, they of course involve another party, another company, and this they have different backgrounds and they can lead to conflict. Furthermore, well, this is quite difficult to focus on a same goal on the long term when you're working with two companies together. And basically, those are the advantages and disadvantages of a joint venture.
So one popular example of a joint venture is the joint venture between Uber and Volvo, and their goal is to produce driverless cars. They both own 50% and they're worth $315 million combined. Another example is a joint venture of Glaxo and Smith, and their goal was to produce bioelectric medicines. And Glaxo owned 45% of this joint venture, Smith owned 55%. And this joint venture lasted 7 years and was worth $514 million.
Next up is the meaning of the strategic alliances. Strategic alliances are formed between two different organizations to set assets of each other to reach a certain objective. This subject can be compared to with joint ventures, but with the major difference of there being two entities. A strategic alliance can also be a contractual agreement where both companies do not share possession of the organization. The agreement is legally obligatory with specific arrangements for both parties to form an alliance, but to a certain point. The relation to global economy is that it is a good way for companies to gain more knowledge on different aspects of other countries to internationalize. Though the subjects are like joint ventures, the contractual agreement for the organizations can be used to solely set up cooperation for a specific goal in mind. Many companies do not want to cooperate with other competitors or anyone else. This can be due to forming relationships which force other companies to give away their company. Relationships can be made with other competitors, but certain aspects will not be shared, such as profits, cost, debt, information, research, knowledge, and more. It is more limited than joint ventures.
Again, focusing on the advantages and disadvantages of strategic alliance, Well, this allows partners to scale quickly, to build innovative solutions for the customers, enter new markets, and gather valuable expertise and resources. This also make it possible for each partner to concentrate on the activities they do better and best match with the capabilities. And as well as joint ventures, this is to gain knowledge about partners and developing competences in the market. And when you go and look at the disadvantages, well, definitely weaker management involvement and fear. There's also a quite interesting one, fear of market insulation due to the local partner presence, less efficient communication because you have two different companies working together, and difficult as well as the joint ventures to keep objectives on target over time.
So an advantage of a strategic alliance is the one between Uber and Spotify. They close an alliance so Uber riders can easily use Spotify in their car while riding around customers. And this way, every ride would be more personal for the customers. And another example is Starbucks and Target. And as soon as you walk in any Target store, there is a Starbucks corner serving you coffee, and they made this decision because Target and Starbucks have very similar customer segments.
This was a presentation about joint ventures and strategic alliances. Thank you very much.